it's Deanda, and today I want to share with you some of my goals for this summer and teach you how you can create a summer vision board digitally using the free app or website Canva. Now, while you can use either one, I find that the desktop version is just a bit more user-friendly. So that's the version that I'm going to be sharing with you today. And not to worry if you are the type of person who just needs something tangible that you can hang on to or post on the wall. I've got you covered because anything that you create using Canva can be printed out. I've created a ton of different documents and projects using Canva and have printed them all out with no problem. In case you're new here, welcome. I am a second grade teacher on break. I'm a toddler mom, I'm a believer and a wife, and on my YouTube channel, I like to share bits of those different aspects of my life. So you'll find videos related to teaching, lifestyle, and I'm really into natural living, so I throw in some DIY videos here and there. Now, if any of that sounds interesting to you, definitely click the subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications because, you're not going to want to miss out. Drop a hand emoji down below if you created a vision board at the beginning of the year. I did. I went to a vision board party, but the thing is that I never finished it because we ran out of time and they gave us the homework assignment of going home and completing it at home, which I just never did when I got home. When you're making an actual vision board with a poster board, you're using pictures from magazine and stickers and glue and all this kind of stuff, it can really be time consuming. What I love about a digital vision board is that if you already have in your mind what your vision is, you can get it all done in one sitting, which is what I did when I created mine. You might be wondering exactly what a summer vision board is. I actually had not heard of a summer vision board until I became a member of the 40-Hour Teacher Workweek Club, which was created by Angela Watson. And in the club, every month has a different focus, with the focus for June being maximizing your summer. So in the June materials, she has a template for a summer vision board. And actually, if you are on Angela Watson's mailing list, she emailed out a couple weeks ago the template for the summer vision board for anyone to download and use. The whole premise of a summer vision board is really just to help you envision what you want your life to look like at the end of the summer when it's time for the school year to begin again. Anyone who's a teacher knows how stressful that August, September, back to school time can be because your home responsibilities with parenting, with being a spouse, and just keeping up your household, none of that stops or slows down because, it's the beginning of a new school year, which puts a huge demand on your time, more than normal during the school year. So creating the summer vision board kind of helps you to think about what that time period is going to be like and help you to transition into the school year really smoothly. So I've created my summer vision board and I'm really excited to share with you guys how you can do it. Canva is very intuitive to use. It's very simple. And as we get into it, you're just going to see exactly what I mean by that. All right, so let's get into it, guys. Once you're at canva.com, click the teal button on the left where it says create a design. We are going to scroll down until we see personal. When you get to personal, scroll over until you find graphic organizer. When you click graphic organizer, it's going to take you to a screen that looks like this with a ton of templates for all different sorts of graphic organizers. You'll know if the template is free or not simply by hovering over the template. We're not using any of these though, and we're going to create our own, and I want it to have a nice background. Come over and click on background right here, and this is the background I want to use under recently used. Yours is not going to have that one under recently used probably, so if you want it, scroll down to abstract where it says all, and then down to about the 8th row. It's the first one on the left. You'll see that this background is free, so that's the one that I'm going to go with. Choose whatever background that you want. There are a ton of different ones under abstract. If you want to go back to other categories, click on that X. It's going to take you out of abstract, and here you'll see different categories like landscape, patterns, gradients. Have fun, do whatever you wish. This is the one that we're going to use though. So click on text and click add a heading. We need a heading for our summer vision board, and I already know I want to change the font to Babus New Cyrillic. You can scroll down through all the fonts, find the one that you want, or if you already know the name of the font, start typing and it will filter out for you. So here we have Babus New Cyrillic. It's in all caps, and I want to do 48 size font. So I'm typing in now. The title for my vision board is Summer 2019 Vision. Make yours whatever you want it to be. So I'm going to select that text, drag it up to the top, and now I want to add a line, a horizontal line below Summer 2019 Vision. So let's click on Elements, and you'll see the line right there. At the top. I'm not sure if that will be on your screen, so you can scroll down to Lines and click on All, and the one I want to use is the very first one, and look, it's free, so let's drag it over, click the vertical bar and drag it until it gets to the left side of the page, and I'll do the same thing on the right side. Now my heading is set up. So now come over to the left, click on the T for text, and we're going to add a little bit of body text. So go ahead and drag it right below Summer 2019 Vision. Let's make it bold, and you are ready now to write your vision statement for how you want your life to be when school starts at the end of summer. You can write your vision statement as a paragraph or the way that I'm doing it, which is going to be with bullet points. And then you can come up and click on the alignment button, and that will change the alignment from being centered, which is the default, to align to the left, which is what I'm doing right now. As you're coming up with your vision statement, think about what your priorities are and how you can maximize your time during the summer to have a smoother and more relaxed transition into the school year. So Angela's advice is to focus on the things that will make the biggest impact on your stress level and your workload. For example, that might be having your lesson plan sketched out for the first couple weeks all the way up to the first month of school, or maybe setting up a command center in your home so you're better organized and not always losing important papers. Maybe it's setting up a self-care calendar for yourself, which I did at the beginning of the year. Just remember that this is not a long to-do list, it's just overarching vision, and we'll get more into the nitty-gritty as we add our elements and create our graphic organizer. So now let's come over and click on Elements, and we are going to be in Lines, but we don't want lines. Click on the X right there and scroll up until you see Shapes. Click on All, and here we see all the different shapes. We are only going to be using the free ones, so you could add circles to flesh out the different categories of your vision board. I'm not going to be using circles. I'm not going to be using squares or hearts. I'm just showing you some of the different options. So let me come up to the little trash can in the upper right corner and click delete, or I can just select the shape and hit the delete button on my computer. Let's add some triangles, and I'm going to size these down so it's a width of 356 by 308. I've tested this out. I know that it's the perfect size. And once I have it at 356 by 308, I am going to make sure that my triangle is just moved over to the left, and it looks like I don't have quite enough space, so I'm just going to adjust my heading and kind of shift everything up a little bit so that I have enough space for my triangles down below. Once my triangle is selected, I'm going to hold down Command C or either Control C if you're using a PC, and I need to make 4 copies. So now hold down Command V to make it visible, or either Control V, and that will give you a total of 5 triangles. So let's space them out so that there are 3 up top and then 2 triangles down below. It's really tight right now, so we need to make more space. Come to the triangle on the top left and let's flip it 180 degrees. The one in the center will remain as is, just shift it over a little bit, and then the triangle on the right, we're going to also flip 180 degrees. You can see that this gives us a lot more space, and just move them around, align them as needed. Come to the ones on the bottom, shift them, and those pink grid lines just help you make sure that everything is aligned and in the proper space. These gray triangles are really dark, so I'm going to come up to the little gray box at the top, and that will give me my different color options. I'm going to go with a lighter gray for 4 of the triangles, and then the one in the middle, I will do the lightest gray. Just adjust your colors however you want them. Now let's click on the T for text and add a little bit of body text to make the headings for each of our 5 triangles. And once that is done, I'm going to drag it up to the top of the first triangle, kind of in the area where I want the heading to be. And let's click the color option, change the color or leave it the same if you want. And I'm going to hold down Command C on my keyboard or Control C, whichever works for you. And then I'll press Command V 4 times to make it visible. And that will give me the heading for each of my 5 triangles. For my triangle in the middle and my 2 triangles on the bottom, I'm actually going to have my heading on the bottom of the triangle just because that's where the most space is. Of course, if that bothers you, switch the shape or just do what works for you. Let's make the font for each of our headings bold, and ideally I should have done this for the very first set of text that I added. I should have made it bold, changed the color, and made the size of the font a little bit bigger. But we can do it this way. It still works. My focus areas are family vision, home vision, work vision, well-being vision, and then other is a catch-all. You can use other or change it to whatever suits your needs. Let's click add a little bit of body text and just drag that into the first triangle. Mine is family vision. And because the triangle gets more narrow as we go down, you may need to adjust the font size and make it a little bit smaller. My first priority is going to be having my son potty trained. That will absolutely reduce my stress level at the beginning of the school year because he needs to be potty trained to go to his class next school year. And then also enacting weekly family meetings with my husband so that we can just forecast what's coming up in the week ahead, talk about our finances and make sure we're on the same page and just have better intentional communication. And then also it's really important for me to be more connected with my relatives and reach out to them more frequently. So that is something that I am going to make a priority for myself this summer so that I can have a routine of it when the school year begins. So this is what I have for my family vision. It looks like I did not need it to be quite as small as I thought I did. So again, just adjust the font size as necessary. It's pretty repetitive from here on out, so let's just skip ahead a little bit. For my home vision, the biggest priority that will help me to be less stressed is to get a really good filing system in place for incoming papers and letters, and I'm tired of that stuff just being kind of all over the house. Guys, I recently found a check that had not yet been opened and it was over $700, and when I looked at the date on the check, it was over a year old. That is ridiculous. I've got to get a good filing system in place. Also, I need to make sure that I have my son's toys better organized. Those are also all over the house and we need to do a huge purge and get rid of a bunch of them. I need to organize my kitchen better, also do a good purge in there and get rid of some things. We don't have a pantry and we're really short on storage space. So I have got to pray and just figure out what I can do to make better use of my space. And then I want to get my desk area organized. That kind of goes hand in hand with the filing system, but it is something separate. And also it will really lighten my workload at the beginning of the school year if I can figure out for the first month of school what all of our meals are going to be each day, so I'm not running around frazzled when school is over and I'm trying to figure out what in the heck is my family going to eat for dinner tonight. For my work vision, I am going to have my first 2 weeks of lessons done before the school year begins. That is definitely going to lighten my workload at the end of July going into August. I also am going to make sure that I have my classroom set up before pre-planning so that during pre-planning it's a little less stressful. I know that we're going to have a lot of changes at my school next year and we're going to be in tons of meetings, and I will definitely be less stressed if my classroom is just set up before pre-planning. That way I can use that time to actually plan. And then also I need to make a plan for renewing my certificate. I believe that it expires next year, 2020. And so I need to make sure I have all my points in place and set up some more professional development if I don't have enough points. So for my well-being vision, it's going to be very important for me over the summer to establish an at-home workout routine that I can do right from the comfort of my own living room, because I like to work out before going to work and I have to leave the house between 6:50 and 7 a.m. And on the days that I go to the gym, I lose about 30 minutes of time in commuting, and I don't have time for that. So I am going to get a good living room workout routine going, and then 7 hours of sleep at least 4 times a week. I started doing that at the beginning of 2019. I just set up the system for myself where I was like, you know what? Gosh darn it. I'm tired of being tired all the time. I'm tired of being late. And so I made some changes. I created some habits. I made a lifestyle, and I've definitely slacked off over the summer. So starting in July, I'm going to pick it back up again so that I can have a less stressful school year, because there's nothing that stresses you out like when the person driving in front of you is only going the speed limit and you are basically turning on 2 wheels because you're late and you're trying to get to school. My final category is other, and I have serving listed there. By serving, I simply mean volunteering in my church. I was doing that last year, and then I stopped towards the end of the year, and it's time for me to just start giving back again. So that is something that I'm going to do this summer, and then setting up a study time routine where I'm just studying my Bible beyond my daily devotional. So now let's go ahead and download our project. Just click the green download button right there, and this is going to save to the downloads folder on your computer. You can see that Canva is giving you the option of printing through them, but guys, we're not going to do that. Or I don't know, if you want to, I mean, feel free by all means. It's not free, but feel free. So anyway, this is going to be a PDF file. Let's open it up, and here you can see it is all done. Now you can add graphics, pictures, whatever you want to spruce in or liven it up. Also, on the Canva app, this will be available on your phone if you use the mobile version, so you can have it with you wherever you go, and you can also print it out. Also, if you realize that you've forgotten something, just go back to canva.com and make edits as many times as necessary. Alright guys, so that is it. It's super simple to create a vision board digitally using Canva, and if you found this video helpful, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you're going to give this a try. Thanks for watching guys, see you next time.